Welcome to the ultimate Amsterdam travel guide. If you're wondering how to make the most of 5 days in this incredible city that blends history, culture, and modern charm, you're in the right place. Amsterdam, the capital of the Netherlands, is a city that effortlessly marries the old with the new. From its historic canals and buildings to its bustling marketplaces and vibrant nightlife, Amsterdam is a city that's teeming with life and culture. Our journey begins at the Anne Frank House. Nestled in the heart of the city, this unassuming building holds within its walls a poignant piece of World War II history. The secret annex, as it's known, was the hiding place of Anne Frank and her family during the Nazi occupation. Today it stands as a testament to their story and the resilience of the human spirit. As you walk through its rooms, you're transported back in time, each artifact narrating a tale of hope amidst despair. From the solemn corridors of the Anne Frank house, we move on to the lively streets of the Jordaan district. This neighborhood is quintessentially Amsterdam, with its narrow, winding streets and quaint houses. But don't let its size fool you. The Jordaan district is a treasure trove of Amsterdam's culture. Here you'll find brown cafés, so named for their dark wood interiors and nicotine-stained ceilings, serving up traditional Dutch fare. The Jordaan is also home to a plethora of art studios where local artists breathe life into their canvases. And of course, there's no shortage of charming boutiques and vintage shops, each with their own unique finds. Walking through the Jordaan is like stepping into a living, breathing postcard. The canals are lined with elm and lime trees, their reflections dancing on the water's surface. Every corner you turn, every bridge you cross, presents a new tableau of Amsterdam's picturesque charm. And so, Day 1 of our Amsterdam adventure concludes. We've traversed the annals of history at the Anne Frank house and soaked in the local culture at the Jordaan district. Day 1 ends on a high note, leaving you eager to uncover more of Amsterdam's gems. Welcome to Day 2 in Amsterdam, where art and history come alive in every corner. Our first stop is the illustrious Rijksmuseum. This grand building, with its iconic red brick facade, houses a treasure trove of Dutch art and history. Inside its stately halls, you'll find over 1 million objects that span 7 centuries. From medieval sculptures to Golden Age masterpieces, each exhibit tells a fascinating tale. A must-see is Rembrandt's Night Watch. This colossal canvas captures a moment in time with such drama and detail, it's as if the characters could step right off the canvas. Next, we journey into the world of one of the most beloved artists of all time at the Van Gogh Museum. This museum is home to the largest collection of Van Gogh's works in the world. Over 200 paintings, 500 drawings, and 700 letters penned by the artist himself are all here waiting to be discovered. The experience is immersive, almost as if you're stepping into Van Gogh's world, walking through fields of sunflowers under starry nights and into the heart of his inner turmoil. But it's not just about the art. The Van Gogh Museum offers a deeply personal insight into the artist's life. You'll see the world through his eyes, feel his passion for painting, and even share in his despair. It's an intimate journey through the life of a man who, despite his struggles, created some of the most beautiful and inspiring art the world has ever seen. As we leave the museum, you can't help but feel a sense of awe. Here in Amsterdam, art isn't just something to be admired from afar. It's a living, breathing part of the city's soul, a testament to its rich history and vibrant culture. And you, dear traveler, have been privileged to experience it firsthand. And just like that, Day 2 concludes with a fine taste of Dutch art and history. Day 3 in Amsterdam is all about waterways and shopping sprees. There's nothing quite like taking in Amsterdam's picturesque cityscape from the water. A canal cruise is the perfect opportunity to truly appreciate the intricate beauty of this city. As you glide through the winding waterways, you're treated to a unique perspective of Amsterdam's historic buildings, charming houseboats, and iconic bridges. These canal cruises offer an unrivaled look at the city's heartbeat, and it's a sight to behold. Now, once you've had your fill of the aquatic spectacle, it's time to switch gears and immerse yourself in the quaint charm of De Straatjes, or the 9 Streets. Nestled in the heart of the city's historic canal district, this vibrant shopping area is a treasure trove of unique boutiques, vintage stores, and artisanal crafts. It's a shopper's paradise where you can find everything from Dutch designer clothing to quirky antiques and everything in between. But De Straatjes is not just about shopping. It's a microcosm of Amsterdam's vibrant culture and lifestyle. The narrow, cobbled streets are lined with a smorgasbord of eateries, From cozy cafes serving up mouth-watering Dutch pancakes to fancy restaurants offering a taste of international cuisine. It's a place where you can sip on a hot cup of coffee while watching the world go by or sample some of the city's finest cheeses. No trip to Den Straatjes would be complete without indulging in some retail therapy, of course. So don't forget to grab a unique Amsterdam souvenir or two, or maybe even a piece of vintage clothing to remember your trip by. As the sun begins to set, you can take a leisurely stroll along the canals, soaking in the enchanting atmosphere. The twinkling lights reflecting off the water create a magical aura, turning the city into a real-life fairy tale. Day 3 winds down, leaving you with unforgettable canal-side memories and perhaps a few shopping bags too. Day 4 in Amsterdam brings a perfect blend of brews and bustling markets. Immerse yourself in the world of Dutch beer at the Heineken Experience, an interactive journey located in the historic Heineken Brewery. Here you can explore the brewing process from start to finish, diving into the history of the iconic brand and its rise to international fame. Be prepared to tantalize your senses as you feel the raw ingredients, hear the clinking of bottles, and smell the aromatic hops. And let's not forget the best part, tasting the beer itself. Sip on a perfectly poured pint, appreciating the crispness and complexity that has made Heineken a household name worldwide. Now, leaving the warm hum of the brewery behind, let's step into the vibrant atmosphere of the Albert Kuip market. Known as the largest day market in Europe, this bustling bazaar is a sensory overload. Listen to the chatter of locals negotiating deals, the sizzle of street food, and the occasional bicycle bell chiming in the distance. Every stall is a treasure trove of goods, from fresh produce and fragrant flowers to vintage clothing and Dutch delicacies. Perhaps you're in the mood for some Gouda cheese or a handful of tulip bulbs to take home. Or maybe you're intrigued by the stroopwafels, a Dutch treat that's as fun to say as it is to eat. Whatever your preference, the Albert Kuip market has something to offer. As you wander through the maze of stalls, it's hard not to get caught up in the market's infectious energy. It's a place where locals and tourists alike come together, haggling, laughing, and sharing in the simple joy of a good find. From the frothy head of a Heineken beer to the colorful chaos of the Albert Kuip market, Day 4 is all about diving into the Dutch way of life. It's a day to remember, a day to savor, and a day to fully appreciate the charm of this incredible city. As Day 4 concludes, you're left with a taste of Amsterdam's vibrant market life and its cherished brew. On the final day in Amsterdam, we're heading out of the city to explore Dutch tradition and natural beauty. Let's start with Zaanse, a delightful village on the banks of the Zaan River, known for its well-preserved historic windmills and houses. Walking around Zaanse is like stepping into a postcard from the 17th century. The windmills, once the backbone of Dutch industry, now stand as silent sentinels to a bygone era. But they're not just there for show. Many of these windmills are still in working order, grinding spices, producing oil, and even sawing wood. And don't forget to visit the traditional craft shops, where you can watch artisans at work, crafting clogs and cheese, two things the Dutch are famous for. From there, we make our way to Volendam, a charming fishing village that seems to have been plucked straight out of a Dutch fairy tale. Here, time slows down and the hustle and bustle of Amsterdam feel a world away. The village is known for its traditional houses, which are as colorful and varied as the people who live in them. The houses, with their red roofs and green shutters, stand in stark contrast to the blue of the IJsselmeer, the large lake on which Volendam sits. Stroll along the harbor, where you can watch the fishing boats come and go, their nets full of the day's catch. The scent of fresh fish and salt air is a reminder that you're in one of the Netherlands' most famous fishing villages. And if you're feeling peckish, why not try some freshly caught herring, a Dutch delicacy, at one of the many seafood stalls. And so your 5-day Amsterdam adventure ends, leaving you with memories of a city and countryside that are both uniquely Dutch and universally appealing.